This is from Medrash Rabbah, Parshat Noach, and Parshat Vayechi, and it's entitled, Does God Need Us? So for those of us who are aware that God runs the world and God bestows an innumerable and constant flow of blessings into our life, it's not such a difficult question to ask, do we need God? However, the Medrash is facing another question, somewhat more theologically challenging. Does God need us? So let me discuss why this was repeated in two different places, Midrash, as I said, Parshat Noach and in Parshat Vayechi. So the technical reason is because the Midrash was facing a pasuk which it found perplexing, right? In Noach, Parshat Noach, it said that God walked with Noach. So what exactly does that mean? What is that dynamic between mankind and God if you could walk with God? In Parshat Vayechi, Yaakov is saying about his forefathers, Avram and Yitzchak, that they walked before God. Again, questioning what is the dynamic. But let me give you perhaps another reason. So in Parshat Noach, of course, the whole world corrupted the values which God was hoping that mankind would live by. And God decided to destroy the world, yet God decided to give another chance to the world, to start again with Noach and his family. So the question is, what is the relationship between God and this world? Why is God giving mankind a second chance? And the same thing could be asked in Parshat Vayechi. The Jewish people are about to go down into Egypt, and as we know, they had already been chosen, the sons of Yaakov, for a very pivotal role in the world, right? There were other choosings going on all throughout history. Noach was chosen, and then Avram was chosen, and Yitzchak over Yishmael, and of course, Yaakov over Esav. But now it's clear that the Jewish people, which will emerge from Yaakov, have a pivotal role to bring morality to the world. But this same special group is about to go down into Egypt and disappoint God. They're about to reach a level which the Zohar describes as, almost the 49th level of Tumah, a place where you can almost not recover from. So they did not carry on the values of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. So again, perhaps we could ask the question, why then does God take them out and continue with them? Okay, so let's talk about the actual Medrash now. Bear in mind, so the Medrash is talking literally about the relationship between Noach and God and the Avot, Avram, Yitzchak, and God. But the Yefei Torah actually extends this to anyone seeking to be righteous, which is hopefully all of us. So the difference of opinion is that Rabbi Yochanan says the metaphor of this relationship is, think of a shepherd watching his sheep, which of course implies that we need God. And that of course is his conclusion, which Anu tzrichim lechvodo. What's unusual is that the Reish Lakish metaphor is it's the head of state walking with his entourage, and somehow this entourage lends, more prestige to the head of state. And his very surprising conclusion is, Hu tzarich lechvodenu. Somehow God needs us, and let's explore that a little more. To elaborate on Reish Lakish, the Yefei Torah brings the saying, Ki lule briat olam haya mitzuyato mugbal, that without the creation of the world, God would somehow be limited. And once again, we're talking about in God's ability to give us blessings and the whole structure that God has of reward and punishment, and we go through adversity and we grow, and that's how God can reward us. That whole system wouldn't be in play. And that's why God needs to have the creation of the world, so that there's a system which allows him ultimately to reward us and to bless us. Again, it's dancing at the edge where you might think this is a need of God, and you can actually take the words of the Yefei Torah either way. But again, it's very easy to read it as just saying metaphorically, this is what kind of describe how it seems like God has this need, because that's why God created the world, because God wants to have this system to shower us with blessing. So in conclusion, the Yefei Torah says perhaps there's no difference of opinion at all between Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan is talking about this fundamental principle of how much we need God, and that's characterized by the shepherd and the sheep. And Reish Lakish is talking about how much God, so to speak, wants us to grow into this role where we understand and appreciate God, and then God bestows his blessings upon us. These are two fundamentals of Judaism, and they are both true, and they are just disagreeing as which one is more important. Have a great Shabbos.